Hello guys, looks like I'm wearing the same clothes I did in the last video. If you noticed that, then you've been watching this channel. But the whole reason that I have the same clothes on is because I shot this back to back. So this video, as the title implies, is talking about things I wish I would have known the first time around that I did my locks. So this is actually my second go around with getting locks. So I had my last set of locks for about a year. And I actually started them myself with 2-strand twists. I have 3C hair, and so my hair is actually really soft. So that was one of the reasons I was skeptical to even do it, because I knew, like, once I looked it up, of course it's possible, but I didn't know how long it was going to take. So I'm going to tell some of the things that I did then that I have done differently now. And maybe it'll actually help somebody that's actually venturing off to get their locks. There's not really a lot of videos out there that was actually specifically saying what people did with my hair texture, and that's what I thought that I should share what I know to actually help people out. So the first time around, I started my hair with 2-strand twists. When I started it that way, it was the easiest way that I knew how to do it. Because I don't really do my hair, y'all. I'm not some type of hair connoisseur. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that I saw that people were starting them with 2-strand twists. So I started it with the 2-strand twist. And I started it with Jamaica and Lime hair gel and that Jamaican hair wax stuff. It was by the same brand. Mind you, if you are watching this video and you are venturing off into this, I hope that you came across me first. Do not, I repeat, do not use any sort of wax in your hair. It is petroleum based. Because it is petroleum based, it's actually going to cause your hair to slip. It's not actually going to help at all with locking your hair up. That was something that I was not aware of. Anybody that I had talked to in my past that talked about it, not that I was asking questions about it, they spoke of wax and they believed that you needed wax when you started. Do not use wax. It also causes buildup. So just letting you guys know that. First step. Secondly, when I did my hair myself, I didn't part it correctly. Now, I saw somebody on another video talking about hair to part ratio. This is supposed to be something where it's going to matter, like how you're able to, like when it gets longer, are you able to like throw it to the side like that? Because it'll be even. So my thing was, I was just like, okay, well, I want to do it. I couldn't really get anybody to help me with it. So I went ahead and I did like start parting, but they ended up uneven. So then I started grabbing and going. So they were technically like freeform locks, semi-freeform. Now, the bad thing for me anyway, for semi-freeform, was the case that when I made it uneven, some of them were bigger, some of them were small. It didn't look bad, but the issue that I had was, it was because I grabbed and went. You see how these are, like, I just got these done in a shop. These are squared out. You see how they specifically moved to that one. Because they were pulling from all areas, they were all different shapes and stuff. When they got longer and the locks got heavier, it started to pull on certain parts of my head. If it would have got any longer and I just kept them, then the issue that I would have later had is it would have started to bald me in certain spots. Another thing I have is I have a scar right here where no hair grows. So I know when I went the second time around, I made sure, well, when I went to them, I made sure that they knew that I had that, because then hair was also pulling across that and it was doing the same thing. It would have ended up balding me more than I already am in that one little spot. So another thing that I did, now this is the thing. Clean hair is healthy hair. I definitely agree with that. But I will say this, with my hair, I know for a fact that if I washed it immediately after I had first gotten the twists in, it'll just slip right through. So one thing that I did that was a mistake when I first started, that probably hindered it, besides the fact of me having petroleum-based wax in my head on the roots, which wasn't helping, I now know, was that immediately after, probably a week or two later, I washed my hair. Now, when I washed my hair, I did go back and retwist it, but it did like take probably another month or two for it to actually start to bud. Now, this time around, I actually have coils. Now, if you're thinking like I was, like, okay, my hair is too fine to start these with coils. The problem was, is that I thought that it was just going to come right apart because I was imagining washing it every week like I did before. I waited 3 weeks this time around. Then I actually went and washed my hair and it didn't come apart. It actually got really tangled towards the root. You see they're kind of still stringy at the end, but they're actually thicker than the first time around. They were really skinny when he first did it. Now, another thing that I have to mention, I wish that I would have went to the shop first to get it done. There's nothing wrong with starting it yourself if you know what you're doing. I'm not a person that does my hair often enough that I can part it perfectly and whatnot to my own head. I had to have somebody else do it. So they started my locks and it's been going pretty well because it's sized up perfectly. Was there anything else specifically that I know that I did wrong? I will say that once I took it down the first time around, because you can comb them out. That's another thing that I'll tell you guys if you don't know it already. You can comb out your locks. It took me like 2 weeks to comb mine out though. I was looking a fool for a while. But once I combed it out, I did have build up towards the end, and that was where I was using the product, where I was using freaking wax in it, and the wax was caught up in the middle. It can like have build up from that depending on what you're using. Another thing that you should know, make sure that you use clear gel if you don't know that already. Darker gels are going to give you build up and it's going to be stuck in your hair. And another thing, when your locks get mature and you're washing them and whatnot, always make sure that you're like blow drying it. Make sure it's completely dry. It never happened to me, but you can get like a mildew in the middle of it if you're not washing them correctly. So I always made sure that I had a day dedicated to when I washed it and that it was dry. So that's all I got for you guys. Please subscribe, like I usually do spiritually based videos. So you guys subscribe, like, share, all of that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.